Into the game we are. First band's coming out. Anything surprising coming out for you?
Um, I like I like the Gragas and the Alistar band. The Alistar band is just a generic band. The Gragas, I know Locker has been playing a lot of Gragas. The Nari is just a generic band that Coffin might not want to face. And then from the other side, Caitlyn Shook is a pretty good ADC player. Caitlyn is most of his played champions in the OP.GG, and then the Ergot they're afraid from Coffin pulling the Ergot, and then another safe pick Maokai. So just to me, pretty standard pick and ban phase from both teams. Not one facing a lot of the picks. What I'm really surprised is Man Walrus's Braum is not banned at the moment.
Well, first phase of bands have came out already. Jarvan is going to be the first pick up on the side of Astora right here. That is Astora.
Oh yeah. I know Kyucho was a pretty good Anivia player. He played a lot of Anivia games during Season 7, so this is a very good, comfortable pick from him. And the J4 pick, in general, it's overall a safe early pick. It's pretty much for both top and jungle. It's a flex pick. It's a nice pick, but to get the J4 the left open the Ezreal, which is a pretty good AD pick, and I'm not sure about the Nautilus pick. I'm pretty sure that might be an Nautilus support with a Draven. If the Draven goes in, that is going to be a pretty aggressive lane to lock down the Ezreal early game, so that the moment Ezreal, arcane shifts, Nautilus would want to try and hook him in so he doesn't escape anymore, and then with a lockdown, Draven has enough damage with press the attack to kill him. Or the Malzahar.
Malzahar pick. Malzahar is really strong right now, actually. A lot of people are using that Malzahar in solo queue. Always being picked or banned. Malzahar does come out for Kiss the Devil. Phase 1 of the pick phase goes out of the door, and now we're going into the second part of the ban phase. Currently, nothing too special coming out. We're gonna see what happens on the next phase.
Pretty interesting. I'm not sure that RYL Era has figured out what Astora is doing at the moment yet, because I know Dari Hatter plays a lot of Malzahar. I'm not sure if that's gonna go for the support, but still, in my eyes, most likely the Nautilus might be going towards the bot lane mostly because of the engage, but it could be also in the top lane. I'm not sure what Astora is doing at the moment. I like the Tom Kench pick a lot because the lockdown that's gonna come from Nautilus and Malzahar into one target, Tom Kench can negate all of that, and he can even pick up the Anivia egg. So if Anivia dies, Tom Kench can still save the Anivia while he picks up the egg. And the Draven band, they don't want to give in a super aggressive bot lane so that Ezreal doesn't fall too far behind.
Yeah, they hovered before onto that Draven pick. Now they are gonna ban out that Draven, so they cannot pick out that Draven on the next round of picks. Warpack is gonna be the next one to pick on the side of his team name. On the side of RYL Era. I think it's their Yes. On the side of RYL Era. So ADC and support already locked in on RYL Era's side. Not yet quite seeing what the ADC is gonna be playing on Astora. What do you think they're gonna pull out on this one?
I think they want to play as aggressive as possible to not let the Ezreal farm. You don't want to let the Anivia farm. I'm not sure about the Vayne. I don't like the Vayne too much into the Ezreal pick because Ezreal has a lot of weak early laning phase, so it does allow the Vayne to go, from early game into mid game. But still, I would have preferred a more aggressive ADC, maybe a Xayah, maybe the Xayah account wasn't banned out completely. Maybe a Varus with an aggressive support like Thresh, something that would go really aggressive. The Vayne Lulu, it looks good to me, but the team overall from Astora lacks a lot of damage late game except the Vayne. Like in my eyes, Malzahar is utility based. He can completely, push a lane, but Anivia negates all of the pushing power. J4's early game pressure is gonna be, not good for late game because they're gonna have the Shen, the Ezreal, the Anivia. They're gonna have all these targets that cannot die. So to me, in my eyes, RYL Era has definitely won the pick and ban phase. I would have liked more of like I said, Joanna pick from them. of the jungle instead of the Vi. I think Vi can work really well if they can lock down the Vayne, if they can CC her with the follow up of the Anivia and the Shen. They have the hard engage with the Vi, that hard mechanically intense champion. Press R, lock down that person, and then maybe they will try and hope to kill the Vayne.
Well, we are locked into our picks. This is Royal Era against Astora. Astora is going to be on that blue side, Royal Era on that red side. Looking down, up and down the lanes. Shen's going to be at the top lane. Vi in the jungle, Anivia mid, Ezreal and Tahm Kench on the bot lane. Looking on the other side of Astora, it is going to be Nautilus top, Jarvan fourth in the jungle, Malzahar mid, Vayne and Lulu to round out that bottom lane. So both teams locked in. This is week 1. Astora versus Royal Era. Kind of excited to see what happens on this one. Since it's their first week of play, we haven't seen much coming out from them.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Royal Era play as well because we haven't seen them play. During our first week, we saw Astora playing against IRL slots with IRL having sounds. The first game wasn't kind of good. I also played. I wasn't feeling, too comfortable on the matchup because RYL and Kiss the Devil weren't playing in their roles. Their support was missing as well, Daddy Harder, and the team overall mentality and overall the chemistry from Astora wasn't there. They got stomped. But the second game, they came back. They had an early lead that they threw. They couldn't take the lead away against IRL slots. They misplayed a lot of their macro play. Their micro managing plays were better. That's why they got the early lead. But, if we see now with their full roster, online, we might be able to see them picking up a few wins, a few surprising wins. I think if Royal Era can figure out that all of the 3 lanes that they drafted early game, they're not going to win the lanes, and they play, safe. They don't die too much early game, and they don't fall to the Jarvan pressure. They're most likely going to win the late game because the Anivia and Ezreal poke is a lot of damage. They can't lock down anybody because the Tahm Kench will eat the target and spit him out. The Shen will protect the target that's getting bursted down. They have hard engage. They have wave clear. So yeah, I really like Royals Era comp, and I'm pretty excited to see how they will do.
Quite interesting to see if they can abuse this comp. Shen obviously provides so much global utility to the team. Kind of curious to see what lanes are gonna win out and which role is gonna basically is the most important of this game.
In my eyes, I feel like the mid lane is gonna be really a catalyst for both teams. Case the Devil is a really good mid lane. We haven't seen any of the players, so it's pretty hard to see which lane is gonna snowball mostly. Which lane is gonna go well. Warpack is a pretty good ADC overall. He knows how to play the lane. If he doesn't get overconfident in his mid to late game, if he doesn't get caught, then pretty much I think Royal Era will take the win in the bag, and start having that confidence boost that they might need, especially since they haven't played a game and they've lost 2-0 to Polio because they forfeited the game. So I feel like the game 1 momentum is going to be pretty important.
Well, we are underway into the game right here, looking at the skins, looking at who has what. Quite curious to see who can bring up this game for the win. This is week 1. We are into week 2, but this is a week 1 postponed game. This is live. Week 1, Royal Era against Astora. So trying to see who can come out on top, and looks like we have loaded onto the Rift here. A few more seconds until we get into the game, so let's get it on.
Mm-hmm. Who do you favor mostly, Flash? Who do you think is going to take the game?
I am curious to see how they play the Vayne. I'm curious about the bot lane because Ezreal and Vayne, they're ADCs that we actually haven't seen very often in the last season, and they have made a big comeback this season. So I'm kind of curious to see like who comes out ahead on that lane matchup.
Hmm. I'm not sure if we're gonna see any invade as well. They have that level 1, hook power with an Nautilus, but then his lanes might be a little bit iffy because you want to start with your Riptide and push your lane if that's what you want to do, or if you want to trade a little bit more, you want to start with your big shield and start, trading with Shen. So to me, if they go for a late invade, it's going to be hard, and then we see that spam emote coming out from Astora, just pinging completely our clients and giving us a little bit of headache.
Well, right now, we're gonna see red side just kind of spread out a bit. Well, Royal Era just not really wanting them to come out and invade, but I don't think Astora is gonna try to do anything other than that. They're just gonna start standard starts from the jungle. Young Narwhal just gonna go on that red buff and Locker, however you say that. Just gonna start off on that blue buff side. So just protecting, not much of a big deal. Everyone goes back to the lane. So standard starts for the beginning. Young Narwhal just taking up that blue buff or red buff, and Locker just going for the blue.
I kind of, I think that's a standard thing to do as Vi. You start bot lane, then you go to the red buff. I'm pretty curious to see if any jungler is going to level 2 or level 3 gank immediately after his 2 buff clear. That's going to be pretty interesting. And I'm also curious to see about that Anivia Comet, because I know that Airy got nerfed a little bit, but still a lot of damage.
Taking down. A lot of damage going onto Warpack right here. Start lining those. Well, Ezreal does have a lot of poke early too, and it does respond to that. But both bottom lanes actually poking each other a lot. Let's try to see the junglers right now. Both of them are mirrored up, so they are both at their second buffs right now. So, like you said, I'm pretty curious to see if they're gonna go into maybe the top side, the mid side, to wherever and get that quick early gank. Man Walrus does lick up Daddy harder and puts down the poke right there. Other than that, nothing much going on. Very nice poking by both bottom laners though.
Oh yeah, and the bot lane for Astora has a lot of poke, and their early power is pretty huge. That's the only thing I don't like with Tom Kench, is that his early game pressure, unless there is a melee support, is not that big of a threat. Unless you have a Braum, maybe a Rakan. His threat is not that big actually. Ooh, nice steal by
Scuttle steal. Both of them met with that top side.
By Young Narwhal. Oh, nice trade as well. Yeah, Warpack is so low.
Warpack is getting a lot of damage onto him.
Yeah, that's one thing I feel like Ezreal needs more. Like, to me, Ezreal needs a support that will be there and will be his buddy that can win lane for him. Like Lulu, we want to see that Karma support maybe with Ezreal, poking the lane down, so the Ezreal is not that much of a threat. It's a support that's more of a threat, like a Zara, something that would will the lane for you. But until we see that, I think Ezreal's early game is going to be pretty weak. Especially, we see Warpack having that Doran shield. He's pretty clear that he's gonna get poked out. He knows that's gonna happen, so I like the pickup for the Doran shield. It's not that offensive, but still, ooh.
Yeah, Kiss a bit out of mana there, so can't really trade back to the Anivia Q, so does have a lot of mana, so puts down the poke. Both junglers actually just mirroring each other this whole time, and Loger's gonna get taken down super low. Flying Drag actually does not connect. Both mid laners here to help out their junglers right away, so good communication on them to just be there, and you can see they're about to react to try to help out this team.
Yeah, Looker was a little bit, over aggressive in his jungle. If you see the J4 early game, unless you are a heavy skirmish jungler like a Lee Sin or something else, it's pretty hard for you to win the trades early game with J4. I like the poke from Anivia up here. She's pushing Malzahar out. That's a pretty good counter to Malzahar as well, because Anivia does way better at what Malzahar does, except his one target lockdown with the ulti.
Yeah, and the top side actually as well gonna be putting down the poke. Nice taunt coming in from Rexilis. Just. If I kiss the devil, and I think Young Narwhal does want to go for a gank, uses the flag drag, pops a few auto attacks, but that's about it.
Oh yeah. I'm I'm a little bit sad to see young Narwhal miss his combo, because if he got the combo right there, and that was a good sidestep by Kyucho, that would have been pretty bad news for Anivia. Maybe a flash would have been required, or maybe they would have bent the egg.
Ooh, Daddy Hard and Shuck a bit split up there. Mad Walrus can put up the poke with the slick tongue of his. Warpack is out of mana. Daddy Hard is just trying to put down some poke right there. Few more auto attacks, does want to take him out, but Shuck is gonna burn the flash, and Warpack does not get taken down. Young Narwhal is swatted up by a ward. Joker does not want to fight him there, but blast cone down. Here comes the ulti, that's the flash Q coming in, but Shuck is not going to get hit by that. Daddy Harder is as well. That's going to be the exhaust coming in. Are they going to be able to pick up the kill? That's the heal as well. A lot of summoners burn out by both sides, but here comes the teleport. Coffin O is coming up, and Loker does get stunned, but Man Walrus does eat him up, and there is Ezreal being suppressed. That's going to be first blood going out to blue side right here. Kyocho is here as well. There's the ultimate coming in. That's going to be a two-man knockup. That's going to be Nivea in the middle of the fight. Kyoto is going to be taken down by Shuck, and that's going to be currently a 2-for-0 as Coffin O does not hit the dredge line onto anyone else. Ooh, maybe a 3. Oh, Shuck, you're in a bit of trouble right there. A little too greedy.
Oh, that was way too greedy. I think you should have just definitely backed, take what you can, you have your advantage. You can just go, really heavy under Shen. And I'm pretty sure Shen got the level 6 after they got the tower pressure, so that was pretty unfortunate for Shen not having his ulti. He would have been able to protect maybe a little bit more Werpack or Kyucho, so maybe that would have not been a 2-for-1, but maybe 1-for-1 trade. That was definitely too aggressive from Shuck, and now unfortunately Ezreal is way behind now, so they need to keep playing more defensive than their game plan was. And that's, bad news for RYL era right now, because one of their win conditions is that they make sure they make it to late game, where Anivia and Ezreal are big of a threat to poke and zone the enemy team from any objectives, and wait for the Vi hard engage on the key targets like Vayne and Malzahar. That was a really good roam by Astora, securing that first blood and then 2 kills after that. And if Shark hadn't played that aggressively, then we would have seen a 2-for-0 and the reset completely for Astora. Right now, not too much of a goal difference because of the CS differential for both teams, but still, it's a 200 gold difference, so almost a kill.
Looking back on it, I think Shuck was just a little disrespectful to that team, standing under tower at that point in the game. Pretty unnecessary. But I mean, they still have a 2-for-1. They just have a 100 gold lead right here, so I'm kind of curious to see what do the roams do come out. Everyone's teleport is currently down, so maybe not going to see as many roams, but on the bot side, it looks like Manroll is going to get taken down to half HP. Shuck is going to try to go in for more. Few more auto attacks is going to take him down one more, but here comes the Stand United from Shen. There is that late. Oh, there it is. Shuck gets taken down, but Kyoto in the mid lane gets taken out. Daddy Harder, what?
Oh no! Oh no! I like the play from Astora. Coffin interrupted Shen's ulti, so that's why Shen didn't go down there. The shield still went through. I'm not sure you want to do that, buddy. But I like that they also made a play somewhere else on the map. Like, they knew Shen ulti was down, so they could kill the Anivia without the X. It's not much of a threat. And they take the first blood tower. That was a pretty good play by Astora. A little bit, tilt coming from the bot lane, but still, they make it through, on top of the trade, and they get the first blood tower.
I don't really know what to say about that bot lane. I don't understand why Daddy Harder would even try to make that play. But meanwhile, on the top side, Rexalis is going to pick himself a kill, as the young Narwhal is going to be here to try to pick up a gank. He does have that red buff, but Rexalis is so strong and just pokes him out. And Loker's going to beat him right there. Where's the Assault Battery going to come in? There it is, but young Narwhal's going to use the Flag of Direct to try to get out. Blast as well, and he might be in safety. But watch Kiss the Devil as well. He's going to get stunned up by the Anivia. This is going to be bad trouble for Astora right here. Kiss the Devil does use that stopwatch or the Zonias or whatever that item is and gets taken down at the end of the day. Here comes young Narwhal as well. Yosho is going to be here to try to help out his team. Where's the Flag and Drag kind of coming? Stunned up is going to be young Narwhal, and that's going to be another kill picked up on the side of RYL.
Era, yeah. Nice play in the top lane. You know, when I first made my list, I think Rexalis was up there. He proves now that he's a really good top laner with a Shen pick. He was able to bully Nautilus out of the lane. He was able to get a solo kill. Then even when J4 came up, he was still, you know, kind of trading and bullying J4 around. I like the roam from Blocker, you know, leaving his jungle and going top lane to kill the J4. I like the solo kill from Anivia against Malzahar. As we said, Anivia is just so much stronger than Malzahar, because with Malzahar, one of your big damage pointers that a lot of people that do not main Malzahar understand is your void links. If you put your E on a target, your void links prioritize the target, and if that's a champion, then that does a lot of damage. But Anivia is able to wave clear those minions, so that was a good point by Kyucho, you know, knowing the matchup and training well. I'm not sure about that Berserker Greaves on Ezreal. Usually we see a Lucidity Boots with a cooldown reduction. That's way much better. So I don't like that from Warpack. I honestly do not like the Berserker Greaves on Ezreal. So yeah, I like the Mercury Treads though from Anivia. He says I don't want to be suppressed that much. I don't want to take too much damage from Malzahar, so I'm outie.
Yeah, Astora was ahead up in gold a little while ago, but a lot of missteps, not just a few missteps, a lot of missteps that they made put them back behind 1k gold. And these missteps were very simple things that they just shouldn't have done.
Yeah, and that's mostly mechanical, like small mistakes that you know, the more solo queue you play, the more you improve. So those matchup mistakes, you can find them on solo queue a lot. Not too much macro mistakes, but I really like how RYL Era is picking up the slack that they had from the early game. And again, this is their first game. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here comes Wild Growth is going to land onto Shuck. A Soul Matter is going to land onto Shuck as well. Shuck, you might get taken down as well. Heal's going to come up as well. There is Young Narwhal to try to knock up the whole team. Where is the Catalyst going to come up? Only going to land onto Man Walrus right here, and Young Narwhal is going to get taken down right there. Man Walrus is going on to Coffin now. He gets taken down. Daddy Harder is on the backside trying to help with this team. Kiss the Devil finally arrives, but that's about all Astora can do, and that actually is a 3-for-1 on the side of RYL Era.
Yeah, the early game from Vayne is not going to be that strong, so it was taking out so early just from the engage from Vi. As we see, you know, the hard engage, you know, that high mechanically intense champion, you just Q and R, and you pretty much, you know, guaranteed to engage on the ADC. Then you have the Shen following up with you, so a lot of the damage that's going to happen to you is going to get negated. You know, Lulu is not strong enough for the moment to keep the Vayne alive. Malzahar was really late on the roam as well. I'm not sure what was going on Astora's communication, but you know, the moment Anivia was missing and, you know, Shen is back and, you know, everybody's missing from RYL Era, they should just backed off. That was a greedy play by their bot lane. They didn't have enough vision. If we see in the bot lane, there's a lot of red side vision, so that's why RYL Era was very comfortable on making that play. And now they're in the driver's seat. It's pretty hard for Astora to come back because their team comp was mostly early game toward it at, and if they don't win the early game, then they're in a pretty bad spot right now. Their only hope is for Vayne to scale late game, but yeah, at the moment Vayne is 1-3-2.
1-3-2 is not the best score you want to be 14 minutes into this game. Currently 2k gold lead up for RYL Era right here, and Rexalis and Coffin are just going to be fighting up, and Rexalis has been doing such a good job. We talked about that Shen global presence with the Stand United. Very nice use of the Stand United last fight with the Vi and just comboing it. And as we said, Astora was ahead a bit after that first team fight, but RYL Era just picking up on their mistakes right here. So kind of curious to see what goes on next, to see how they can either close the game, how Astora can come back from this one. Right now it looks like blue buff is just going to be headed onto the side of Kiss the Devil, so they are going to steal that blue buff away from RYL Era right here. But Warpack knows exactly where they are, and he does not care. And that was a little bit disrespectful, using that E into two people right there.
I don't think he did know. I think he was very eager to ward the bush quickly before they tried to collapse on
here
him.
Let's get the Devil with another press. The R kind of suppressed, but teleport's coming out as well. Cataclysm did land onto two people, but here's the teleport. Actually going to be cancelled last.
Oh, this is going to be tower dive.
Yep, Kyosho might be in a bit of trouble. Nice stun to actually stop young Narwhal and disengage the fight right there. Just gonna take down this tower. So Astora, very nice roams coming back. They're trying to push themselves back into this game. Just gonna take down this bot.
Oh yeah. This game is getting very bloodthirsty really quickly. I'm not sure why Warpack id towards the bush while Man Walrus was not near him at all. That was such a greedy play by him. He arcane shifted towards the bush to try and quickly ward it before they would rotate on him, and he actually found the whole team being there on the bush, and then he just died immediately because Vayne, even though she's not that strong, she can still 1v1 the Ezreal. I like the roaming though from Royal Era. They're all going towards the top side. They pick up the Rift Herald, and most likely they're gonna siege the top lane. You know, use that Rift Herald, and maybe go for a tier 2 tower up here.
Yeah, but on the backside is young Narwhal. He is just waiting there in that Tri-Brush. Loker's just gonna pick up the Scuttle Crab, might be in a bit of trouble. Kiss the Devil coming in, and there's that ulti coming in as well, but Stan United is gonna go on Loker. Oh, and Malros is not eating him up. He could not at that point. And Daddy Carter's here with the Wild Growth on himself. The young Narwhal might get taken down. Rexalis is gonna taunt up young Narwhal. He's gonna try to flag and drag away, actually. Coffino, where's that dredge line coming in? Here's actually the ultimate from Coffino. Kiss the Devil's gonna pick up the kill onto Man Walrus right here. Coffino just gonna pick up that control ward for himself. A nice pick up on the side of Astora.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Astora is trying just so, Royal Era is trying so hard to rotate first and trying to make plays without having vision of the enemy mid lane or jungle. Like this has happened over and over again. Whenever you don't see J4 and Malzahar on the minimap, you should back out. You should show them the respect.
Oh, in a bit of trouble. Dredgeline actually lands onto Warpack right here. He's just throwing out some mystic shots, but Locker is gonna get a pick up with the Q. Assault and Battery is gonna try to land onto Young Narwhal, but the Cataclysm and his team helps pick up that kill. Warpack is on the hunt. Actually, not anymore. He does not want to pick up anything else.
How? I'm pretty sure Kiss the Devil is playing with the ultimate hat because Malzahar ulti is 46.75 seconds on cooldown. Wow. So every, it's less than a minute. So every 4 minutes he has it 5 times about. So that's pretty crazy. And right now Royal Era is throwing the game. This is which of the two teams is going to throw the game harder. And right now, both teams have an equal chance of throwing the game in my eyes. I would have liked now for the carries of Royal Era to get a QSS, because the moment they get a QSS, they immediately negate Malzahar's threat, which is the.
Oh, there's that Malzahar ulti coming in. Dredge line actually does land, but Manuel eats him up and spits him back out. Warpack is just going to try to wave clear this lane. Tongue Lash is going to land onto Coffino. Here comes also the nice big wall onto Coffino. He has to walk around it. There's a stun up. Manuel is going to eat up. Well, here comes everyone coming into the fight. Young Narwhal is going to pick himself up a kill. Huge shield for Man Walrus as well. Young Narwhal just on the back side. Shuck and Rexalis in the bottom lane. Cool. Actually, camera mode bringing me down there.
Nice play by Astora here. Just keep picking out of position Warpack over and over again. And I don't know why. They're playing, their bot lane just keeps playing so aggressively without any vision. They don't show any respect to the Malzahar, and that keeps happening over and over again. You can't just walk up to a Malzahar and expect not to get ulted, especially when Malzahar is playing with that, 45% CDR right now, and his ulti is on 46.75 seconds cooldown. That's pretty heavy, man. They should know by now that Malzahar's ult is gonna be, pretty much every fight, and I really like that from Kiss the Devil. He's trying to pull his team back. Right now we only see a 500 gold deficit towards Royal Era, and again that's because of the CS differential in the top lane, and that's also from the Kleptomancy from Ezreal as well.
Well, Astora has crawled their way back into this game. Kiss the Devil with those point and click ultimates to try to carry back this team. This is why Malzahar is so contested in solo queue because just that ulti just. If you can just land that ulti onto a carry and your whole carry comes in with the dredge line, the cataclysm, Lulu just comes in and wild growth someone. There's a carry that's gone.
Oh yeah, and they need to show more respect to the Malzahar. They can't just walk up to a Malzahar and try to engage on the Malzahar now. Unless Vi goes into the Malzahar and he's locked down, and you have that Tahm Kench being there to eat you, you can't walk up. You can't expect not to die. They're not showing a lot of respect to Astora's team comp, and that's why they've been getting caught over and over again. And right now, Astora has been slowing down the game a lot. So from Royal Air, they just need to, just be able to just play this, slow again. And right now, just try and scale up and catch up to Astora's, mid lane. Because right now, their mid lane is a big threat. They need to catch out Malzahar. If they can catch out Malzahar, they pretty much win every team fight because Malzahar is fed.
Yeah, and something that you also noted earlier was to get the Vayne ahead, because Vayne is really strong late game, and what they've done, if you have actually noticed, was that Vayne was solo farming a lot during these 4v4s. So put the solo farm onto Vayne, try to scale it up into that late game, and then once the Malzahar is going around strong, now Vayne is strong, trying to farm up. Vayne has the second most farm in this game, so they're really trying to put a lot of resources onto that Vayne.
Yeah, and Vayne had that rough early game where he kind of, played overly aggressively. He died, a lot of the times. But now he's being able to pick it up back. Nice shot calling from Astora, just trying to bring back the game as much as they can. All they need to do is have Nautilus, being that front line, meaty person and not die over and over again. I don't like the Sunfire Cape, to be honest. I just feel it's just a really weak.
Wow, they really want this turret, and he actually dies for this turret. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was.
I feel like if they had just a little bit more support, they wouldn't need to trade a death. Because right now, Royal Air can trade in the Baron, and they don't have one of their hard engages in frontline Malzahar. So actually, right now, Royal Air can rush the Baron and force Astora into a bad situation.
Oh, but here comes the ultimate onto Vi. Locker might get taken down. Kiss the Devil is on a rampage right now, and it looks like even though Coffin Zero was down, they're gonna try to chase down. They are at a 4v4. Cataclysm is up for the Jarvan, but he gets poked down super hard by that True Shot Barrage as well. Warpack is just throwing down those Mystic Shots.
I'm actually really curious why Royal Era. I know this is their first game and they don't seem as coordinated as they could have been if they had all that practice. But why are their engages so clustery? They're not on the same page. They're not using their cooldowns on the same target. Vi was there alone, trying to get either J4 or Malzahar. I'm still confused which was their target. But she didn't use assault and battery. We didn't see the Shen ulti. We saw that really late. We also tried to see Manwalrus trying to save the Vi at the same time. This is such a cluster team fight from Royal Era. But Astora's team fight is very clear. Okay, guys, just kill the CC target that I am using my ulti on. That's it.
Yeah, I totally. I like you said, whoever throws the hardest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Young Marvel just gonna pick up the Scuttle Crab for some vision for himself. Kind of curious to see where the next fight and when the next fight will be. 24 minutes into this game, actually even gold for both teams. Both teams have their ups and downs, but right now we are dead even. It's anyone's game. If you want to look actually at the gold graph right here, the most gold is on that Malzahar, 6-1-1, and Ezreal is actually 900 gold up ahead of the Vayne. So around the team, everyone has, like the whole team, they're all equal, but that Malzahar has basically all the gold for their team.
Yeah, that's the kleptomancy, rune right there, providing Ezreal just so much more gold than your normal rune, as long as you don't die that much. And here they try to make a pickup on the Anivia. They still can because Anivia hasn't fully rotated, or Coffin is gonna fight.
Oh, Coffin does not get the depth charge really onto. Well, they got it, but Nothing other than that, but here comes the Nethergrass and the Cataclysm as well. Kyocho has had to flash out of that one. Stunned up is going to be Young Narwhal. Is going to be trying to put down the damage. Where does the blue buff go to? But this is actually going to be Coffin Zero at the other side. Shock is just going to be putting out the damage. Shock is going to get the assault and battery landed onto him. That's going to be the wild growth as well. Lulu's going to get taken down, but everyone's on Shock right here. Well, meanwhile, on the other side, Young Narwhal and Coffin Zero are trying to go onto Kyocho. Kiss the Devil just going to be trying to run away. There is... Oh, he's dead. Coffin Zero is as well dead. He's just kind of standing there, and Royal Era got themselves probably going to be a 5-4-0.
Oh man, they should just let him die and go to Baron.
Oh, they're gonna go to.
I felt like that was a nice fight here by Royal Era. That was a big oopsie moment from Astora. You know, they tried so hard, just so hard, overcommitting, you know, more than they should to Anivia. What was that flash over the wall and ulti Anivia without having any backup except the J4? You know, I know Malzahar does a lot of damage and he's pretty fed, but unless your whole team is there to keep CCing the target, you know, you can't just burst one target, you know, right now, because Malzahar, mostly your job is your utility, you know, job. You want to pick off a target, you want to make sure that they kept CC'd, you have the silence, you have the overtime damage, but still, you know, you're not there as a big threat unless Vayne gets, you know, those 3 to 4 items that you can one-shot the target, a squishy target. You still can't burst the target.
Yeah, and I feel like also in the last fight, Astora was actually very, very split up. No one really working together on that one. Coffin Zero right now just trying to help out his team. Not really letting much other than that. They have so much point and click CC right here, but they're going to start the Baron. Shen is on that bottom lane. He does have teleport and he does have the stand united. Young Narwhal is just going to try to... Oh, he's not going to clear it. We'll just clear with that word, please. Oh, don't steal it! Oh, he did not steal it. Young Narwhal does pick up the kill. Loker is actually going to get the Nethergrass onto him. Shutdown is going to go on to the Vayne, but Warpack doesn't pick up a kill. He is out of mana right now, so he can't really go for any more. He does have red buff on him, so every time that his Mystic Shot lands onto someone, they will be slowed. Blast Cone out is going to be Young Narwhal. Flag and drag away, but here comes the Tom Kench ultimate. Not going to actually go in for any of that. An interesting Baron call, but it works out for them at the end of the day. Coffin Zero does have to use something to get out of that Young Narwhal.
Ooh.
Much, but here's Shock! Gonna pick up a kill! Dredgeline is gonna land onto Man Walrus. What else is gonna go on for next? Double kill gonna go on for Shock.
Oh, is he gonna go for more?
Oh, Kyocho is there, but here comes Rexalis as well. Shock with a bunch of shields coming on from Daddy Harder. Kyocho, you're shut down by Coffin Zero, and they're just gonna go back with a 2-second recall because they have Baron.
Oh my goodness! Why was Warpack, you know, Arcane shifting into the tower? Oh my god, this is both teams just trying their best to make this game as much interesting as possible. I like the hard engage from Shock. That definitely put him back into the game. Right now we see the Vayne being live with 3 crit items. And what does that bring Vayne to? Let me see. That brings Vayne into 80% crit. So pretty much Vayne is gonna shred through anybody right now. And if they keep, you know, Vayne now letting, you know, auto attacking you without you being able to lock her down, as long as, you know, Malzahar doesn't go around you.
Holy crap, Shock does so much damage on the Warpack.
Yep, Vayne hurts.
That was like, what, 3 auto attacks?
That was 1 auto attack.
Oh, that was a 1 auto attack.
Yep. That was just a 1 auto attack, and that was not even with press the attack lock on. If press the attack goes on you, holy smokes. I feel like both teams are just trying their best to make this game so much more interesting than it should have been.
Are you trying to say interesting, or are you just trying to say both teams played really badly this game?
I don't want to, you know, that's my caster, you know, sense saying it right there. That I don't want to criticize, you know, both teams for, you know, having a bad game or two, you know.
Well, I'll say it. I think this game could have been a lot smoother, and both teams made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and those mistakes are not even macro mistakes. You see both teams kind of like making decent macro calls. It's just that their individual solo mechanics are just not there yet. Like I see a lot of micromanaging mistakes. Like, why are you diving in as Ezreal? You know, why is Vi alone right there?
It is also week 1, so I mean they have a lot of room to improve. both Astora and RYL have not played a game this season yet, but that's going to be going on to them. Dredgeline is going to land onto Rexalis as well. Loker's on the backside trying to jump on the Shuck, but Shuck does so much damage. Loker does have the Guardian's Angel up. Rexalis is going to be the next one to come in. He is silenced up. Where's the taunt going to come in? Taunt does land, but Coffin Zero is going to be on the backside. Loker's going to try to do his best to go onto the team. Shuck is going to get licked up by the Tongue Lash of Mad Wars. Mad Wars is going to be silenced up. And right there, because of Shuck's damage, they don't actually have many people going down.
Ooh, that was so close. Shuck trying to be able to keep it back, but oh, is he gonna overstay? Is he overstaying? Oh?
Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's so much damage on the Warpack! Mad Rose is gonna try to spin them up, and that is. Wow.
Okay.
That is And he's trying. You know
oh my god. Okay. That gave me a little bit of reminder game from that Riddle Raiders game versus Yeet Street where Tristana jumped in and then she kind of kited back into the trap, if people remember what I'm talking about. But
if Shuck got that kill, that would have been like the talk of the century.
Oh yeah, that would have been the LCS big play of the week from
Trying
Prophecy
to
Cup.
make those highlight reels right there. I see Shuck. You know, it might work someday. I mean, he's only week 1. He's got another like 10 weeks to try. So Shuck, don't give up on your dreams. Flash in and try to get some highlight reels right here.
I think we have another, legend up here. Trying to make that play but fails miserably. Oh boy, that was the idea, but holy moly, yeah, this game has been very entertaining. Needlessly less to say.
I am a fan of good League of Legends, so it has not been that entertaining for me.
Yeah, that could be an account sharing, in my opinion, PP Porter right there, showing off his mechanics, but hey, I feel like right now it's everybody's game. The team that isn't gonna throw is gonna win the game. But don't quote me on this. Yeah, right now I can't say which team is gonna win because both teams have equal chances of throwing. So
yeah, I am curious to see what happens next because every fight has been very interesting. Someone gets caught out. And both teams have so much CC. Rexalis with the taunt, Loker with the assault and battery, Kyocho with the wall, Manwallers with the tongue lash. And you have on the other side the dredge line, the cataclysm, the ulti from Kiss the Devil, even Lulu providing that Q a little bit of CC there. So I mean, once someone does get caught out, that's the end of the fight basically.
I just want to comment that Malzahar ulti is down to 37.4 seconds.
Yeah, that is
insane.
Yes. Every fight you have to be able to respect that Malzahar ultimate. But like you said, Anivia, Kyocho does have the stopwatch, and Warpack does have the Quicksilver Sash, so they are going to press that right away, obviously, once they get hit by the ultimate. But they do have to respect that Malzahar ultimate like crazy. Once you get caught out, everyone's going to jump in on you. Like I said, every player except the ADC of both teams have a lot of CC. Lulu maybe not, but still, if you don't respect the CC, you're going to get caught out and you're going to lose the team fight for your team. Because once someone gets taken down, they're just going to jump in on you and try to eat you up.
Yep. And I'm pretty curious to see which targets Kiss the Devil is trying to ulti, because if he ultis for Ezreal, Ezreal is gonna QSS that. If you go for Anivia, Manwallers will be right there to eat Anivia. So the time frame of where you want to ulti and who you do want to ulti, in my opinion, it could be like either a tank just to keep you away from your team, or just Manwaller so he doesn't eat anybody. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see which target, Kiss the Devil is gonna OT, because it's going to be pretty important, and it could be game winning for his team, because right now he's 6-3-3. He's a big catalyst for his team to win. Young Narwhal is always behind Kiss the Devil, so Kiss the Devil is never alone. Like, imagine just having that big brother, behind you all the time. You're about to get bullied. You have that big brother, jumping in, saving the day every time, being right there.
Currently, we are 35 minutes into this game. 15-20 are the scores. 3k gold up is Royal Era right here. So, still anyone's game. Whoever throws harder, I guess, will win. Unless we start seeing some quality team fights, some nice ultimates coming from Kiss the Devil. Right? Whoever can play better, whoever can not misplay the most, obviously for the next team fights. That's gonna decide the next couple of minutes.
Oh yeah, and we have Vayne slowly reaching that late game. So if they can keep Vayne alive from Astora, they're most likely gonna win every team fight. But if Royal Era can pressure Vayne enough and Malzahar at the same time, where they're not able to dish any damage, the game is gonna be pretty much over for Astora.
And Shuck looks like he wants to go into Warpack. That's a lot and a lot of damage onto Shuck. Or onto Warpack, my bad, but I mean, holy moly. Shuck, you're right. It doesn't matter what happens as long as you keep Shuck alive. Shuck has to basically do all the damage for the team for the next couple of fights. Just gonna pop those honeysuckles, those honey melons, just to eat it up to heal himself up for Shuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And we see that Shen made that, huge bot wave. So that bot wave is going to be a trouble lane for Astora if they don't engage right now. They have to engage soon enough, or that bot wave is going to be huge, like how we see Coughing, right now, going to that bot wave, because they have the top wave pushing into them. A nice, Baron take from Royal Era.
The Royal Era is going to be on the Baron right here. Coffin Zero does have the ultimate to come up. That's going to be a 2-3 mana Cataclysm, but Warpack has to jump out of that one. QS has to use as well. Shuck putting down the damage. That's the Wild Growth, and the Assault and Battery actually going to land, and Shuck is dead right there. They could not protect him, and here they go. This is going to be everyone coming in. Warpack's going to have to stand united on him. He's going to have to use the E to get out of there. Man, Walrus is on the backside, going to get taken down by Kiss the Devil right here, and Coffin Zero is helping out his team as much as he can. Warpack does not land the Mystic Shot, but lands the auto attack on and picks up the kill. Kiss the Devil is going to get on to Kyosho. Kyosho is on the Agnivia right here. Loker is going to come back and try to save out his teammate, but there's the Guardian Angel. Kiss the Devil, is he going to be able to get Loker? That's going to be silenced up. Kiss the Devil, and that's going to be the kill. Nice Zonya's Hourglass or Stopwatch, I'm not quite sure, but Warpack is going to pick up another kill, and Rexalis is going into Kiss the Devil. Kiss the Devil, are you going to be able to escape? He's going to eat some melon fruit and try to slow down Rexalis. There's the emote coming in. Silenced up is going to be, and there's the ultimate as well. That's the 37.5 second ultimate cooldown, as you said, but that's going to be a shutdown going down. So Rexalis, and that's going to be an ace for Royal Era.
Oh, that was a very interesting Anivia wall interaction, because the Vayne wasn't able to move. She kind of like moonwalked through the Anivia wall. So that was very interesting to see, from Vayne, being caught. I think Vayne is going to go most likely for a Mercurial Scimitar last item, so she doesn't get stunned anymore by the Anivia. And when she goes for that, the team fight is going to be more and more scary. But here we see Royal Era going for another Baron.
Yeah, they're going to go for the Baron. Teleport is going to be used by Rexalis as well to try to help out his team, and I don't think Astora really have an answer to this Baron. They look like they're just going to ward up the Elder Dragon side. They should be very careful. Warpack is going to go back as he is out of mana right now.
Yeah.
Curious to see what the next big play is. True Sharp Raj is just going to be used to scout the vision, and here comes Royal Era. Shuck has to be protected for the next team fights for him to actually pop off. Oh, there, like as I said, he's dead. Sultan Battery is gonna land onto Daddy harder. Gonna use the Wild Growth on himself as well as the Redemption. But here comes Young Narwhal, but Manwars eats up Loker, and it looks like Elder Dragon is going to be the next target that they focus on to.
That was Shuck being alone right there without flash, without heal. You don't have Mercurial Scimitar. What are you doing? Oh, nice stun.
And I really do not like the play coming out from Shuck. Shuck was super far ahead. he knew that he had a lot of damage. He still obviously has a lot of damage, but just the fact that he's not respecting the side of RYL Era is just, it's just not just disappointing, but I mean, you could have been well ahead, but kind of just throwing the game by playing like this.
Yeah, he didn't respect enough the Anivia where he didn't know the range to be in. That's why he got caught, and that's a little bit normal because you don't encounter too many Anivias in your gameplays, and playing against Anivia is pretty hard. Can be pretty oppressive as an ADC player because you never know when the wall is gonna get you. Are you too far back? Are you too far forward? So we don't know yet what's going on, but right now the game looks pretty clean from RYL Era. You know, after they got the Baron, they know what they're doing. They're pushing mid. They got the inhib. They swap you know, lanes, and most likely here they're gonna back off unless Astora wants to engage.
Yeah, but the stun is gonna land up to the young Narwhals while flying drag away. Loker's just gonna press the B button to go back to the base, and right now, I want to say that 40 minutes. Wow, we have a lot of League of Legends today, but both teams, they really do need to improve for the weeks coming forward, or they will be abused by other teams. They are showing so many weaknesses, so many individual plays that were kind of poor. And I really want to see, because I do feel like Shuck is a very good player after watching this game, but Shuck needs to be able to respect the enemy team.
Yeah, I feel like if Shuck just shows a little bit more respect to the team, he will still deal a lot of, you know, damage, but you know, you have to be able to, you know, say, hey, you know what, they do a lot of damage, you know, let me play safe, let me wait for them to dish a little bit of damage and see what's up.
And at this point it might be a little too late for that to happen, because they gave RYL Era so much playing room. And Loker and Rexalis is super tanky right here. They're just gonna blast through this bottom lane inhibitor. They don't even care about Astora right here. And two of them are gonna be stunned up on the side of Astora. And you know what? It should have been a lot cleaner. 42 minutes into this game. I think this game lasted a bit, like 10 minutes too long.
Yeah, I think if both teams played the macro game just way better, or their macro mistakes weren't that huge, they would have been able to finish the game, you know, just so much earlier. But you know, that's the first game from RYL Era. This is the first time we see them, so you know, of course we wouldn't expect any super team coming in, but still, I think that they've played once they got their thoughts together. The fights were still, you know, all over the place, but still they had a pretty good idea.
Daddy Harder getting taken down right there. Coffin Zero, you might be in a bit of trouble. That's gonna be him taken down by Kyoto, and I think this might be the push that hopefully RYL Era take to win this game. 43 minutes currently right here. Ultimate coming in by Manuels to join the team, and let's see what happens. Shock gonna get taken down by a Mystic Shot, and Shock does not get taken down, but he gets super low kills. The Devil might be in a bit of a struggle. Rexalis is gonna get take him down. Double kill's gonna go out on the side of Loker. There is the Q to try to stun up, or not stun up, but just lock down Young Nala, and I think this is it. RYL Era are pushing into the tower, and this is gonna be game 1 going to RYL Era.
Oh boy, what a game. I don't know. This game looked very shaky from both teams. Very shaky. A lot of throws, a lot of scattered